Hello, Max here, and welcome to Bluewatch, the series where I bring you all the news from the official Blizzard forums. This week we'll be going in depth about Team 4's feelings towards animation cancelling and the motivation behind the Widowmaker scope changes. Find out when we're getting new skins, talk about in-game racism, daily quests, loot boxes, and more specific mouse sensitivity options. But first, telling the time is hard. One fine member of our Overwatch community says we need an in-game clock. Too many times they have been playing until 3 AM and messed up their sleep schedule. This needs to be fixed. I love the accusational tone of this post, that somehow the lack of in-game clock is responsible for this person not keeping a respectable bedtime. Can you imagine them at work the next day? The boss approaches their desk. "Jenkins, you're not sleeping, are you?" "Sorry, Mr. Sullivan. I was up until 3 AM because the online shooter I'm addicted to doesn't have an in-game clock and my watch, alarm clock, phone, tablet, television and alt-tab buttons were all eaten by the dog. Don't worry though, I've requested an in-game clock on the official forum, so I'll be back to my old self at some point in July or August." An in-game clock is a nice little quality of life improvement that I'm glad they're putting in. But I will say this, World of Warcraft has always had an in-game clock. At no point did that ever stop me suddenly realizing it was 3 AM. It is unlikely we will ever see daily quests similar to Hearthstone or Heroes of the Storm in Overwatch. There is currently a hidden XP bonus for your first weekly brawl, but daily quests is not something Jeff and the team are super keen on. They don't want to force us to play certain heroes or roles. This works in other games because you choose your hero or class before you queue. I'm with them 100% on this, although I sometimes feel it would be nice to have a Mercy Lucio quest and a Reinhardt Winston quest. Although if a puppy was forced to play Reinhardt, you'd probably need to disable his charge button. Blizzard was accused on the forums of not taking a harsh enough line on racial comments made in-game because, and I quote, so they don't have to punish people and possibly lose money. I always find this argument strange. I like to think we now live in a world where ignorant, bigoted fuckheads that just prove how pointless they are with sentences like this, that I can't bring myself to say, are a tiny minority, while the rest of the population are disgusted and outraged by this behaviour. If this kind of chat was commonplace within Blizzard games, they are far more likely to lose revenue from people that do not want to spend their relaxation time in that kind of environment. If you come across this kind of person in-game, report them for harassment through the in-game options. Racial slurs and hatred are in direct violation of Blizzard's policies. They will receive a 24-hour chat ban. If they do it again after the ban has been lifted, they need to be reported again and they will then receive a 48-hour chat ban. The ban will continue to double for every reported offence and there is no decay over an account's lifetime. We can't expect Blizzard to monitor the chat of every channel of every game. It's up to us as a community to report violations so the offenders can be dealt with and we can rid ourselves of people that have an intellect more commonly seen in rocks. Now, let's lighten things up again with talk of new skins. Jeff Kaplan has said we can expect a new batch of skins this summer. That means sometime in the next couple of months. Nothing given away as to what we can expect. Will every hero get a new skin or will we just get a bunch of random ones because that's what they've been working on? We'll have to wait and see, but either way, I'm excited for new cosmetics. With skins in mind, someone asked an interesting question. If I keep the loot boxes I earn now and open them when the new content is released, will I get the new stuff? The answer is no. These are not Schrodinger's loot boxes. The content of the box is determined the moment it's earned. So any of you out there making blood sacrifices to RNGesus, stop. It will not change the contents of the box in front of you. We should be getting a decimalized mouse sensitivity slider sometime in July or August. This is something the community have been asking for some time. It's not something that has affected me personally because I'm not coming from other FPS games. But for those of you that have and are still playing other shooters, this is long overdue. Having to adjust to different sensitivities between games will have a detrimental effect on your muscle memory, and decimalizing the sensitivity slider will allow players to exactly match the sensitivity they are used to using. And finally, as if a million fat greasy nerds cried out in pain but were not silenced, and we all had to listen to them complain about the Widowmaker scope changes. The main argument here is now that you cannot cancel the unscoping animation, the class feels clunky and is not fun to play. This is a little extreme, as I know plenty of Widow players that now find her more rewarding since the changes. Jeff Goodman, the principal designer, wrote a lengthy reply where he explained the design philosophy on animation cancelling. It is important that everything feels smooth and responsive, however they will make changes if an action can be exploited to significantly increase a hero's power. At first, Jeff did not have a problem with quickscoping Widow, as he saw it as trading slower charging shots for a glimpse at a wider field of view. However, it became clear that if you unscoped and rescoped within half a second of firing your shot, there was no delay to the next shot. No downside to unscoping if it was done within half a second. If they left this working as is, the hero would need to be balanced around the animation cancelling good players could do. This is not fair to players trying to learn the hero, as it is a high-level skill that will make the class considerably weaker if not utilised. They love that players work this stuff out and will only step in when they believe there is a serious balance issue. Widowmaker was never designed to do her grappling hook slingshots, but they think it's a fantastic part of the game and have no intention of changing it. Genji's right-click melee swift strike combo was brought up as an example of animation cancelling that will likely not be changed. Genji will continue to be balanced around this, I'm assuming because it's an easy combo to master, but Jeff did also say they don't want to change the mechanics of swift strike and melee because they want them to be super responsive ninja abilities. I'm paraphrasing, but I feel Jeff missed a good opportunity to say ninja. Jeff did also put the discussion to rest about quick melee to cancel reload animations. Reloading and recovery times are both paused when you start to quick melee, and then resumed when you finish quick melee. The community are still saying Reaper benefits from it, but his DPS does not increase, as the second shot will be slightly delayed to make up for the reload cancelling. And that's about it for this week's Bluewatch. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and feel free to put your thoughts, feelings and angry rants in the comments below. I'm going to start promoting my Twitter in the outro, so please follow me at TotallyFutile for random Blizzard-related ramblings and occasional play at the game videos. There will be a link in the description to my Twitter profile. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon.